It's still cold out there, isn't it? It's still winter. Winter lasts a very long time in Fairbanks, Alaska. So let's celebrate the snow and we'll have fun with snowmen today at Storytime. I'm going to tell you a story first. Not by reading a book, I'm going to draw a story about something that happened to me. So pay attention. I'll draw some pictures to go with the story, but keep your eyes wide open. So, it was snowing. Oh, some squeaky snow we got there. Oh, look at all the snow coming down. And I decided I was going to go outside and look for some animal tracks, do some tracking. Do you ever do that in the snow? It's a great idea, looking for animal tracks. So, to go outside, I have to get ready. I put on my snowsuit and my mittens and my scarf and my hat. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, my boots. Yeah, I got my boots on too. And then I went out the door. There's my door. And I went down the path, the windy path, but then I forgot my sled. So I had to turn around and go back up the windy path. Now, my sled is one of those sleds that it has that curly bit on the top. Do you have one of those sleds that looks like that? Yeah? So went out the door and I had to choose which way to go. Which way should I go? That way? Okay. So I decided I would go that way. And I saw, look, an animal track. Which animal do you think that might be? Ooh, it's in Alaska. It could be an Alaskan animal. But the thing was, the snow was coming down, 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 and it was covering up the tracks. So I decided I would go around the big pond and I'd look for the beaver, because I do like animals and looking for wildlife even outside in the winter. But I wasn't lucky that day. I didn't get to see any beaver. So I decided I would go back up the hill and then get on my sled and go whee down the hill. And I did see one more track, but by then my toes were getting cold. Does that ever happen to you? It happens a lot when you play outside for a long time in the snow, and it's a sign that it's maybe time to go inside. So I went back home and I went inside and I sat on the long mat next to the fireplace where I can get all toasty and warm. And the other good idea I had was to have a hot cocoa with lots of marshmallows in there. And I cupped my hand around and looked out of the window, and what did I see? A snowman! You're right. Can you build a snowman with me? Let's get our hands ready. Roll him and roll him until he is big. Roll him until he's as fat as a pig. Snowman has 2 eyes and a hat on his head. He'll stand there all night. Can you freeze? Don't move, just like a snowman. While we're all in bed. Let's do that again. Roll him and roll him until he is big. Roll him until he's as fat as a pig. Snowman has 2 eyes and a hat on his head. He'll stand there all night while we're asleep in bed. Let's do an old favorite. We're going to do the winter hokey pokey. Let's think about some of the things that we need to put on to go outside. What do we put on our hands to keep them warm? Mittens, yeah. All right, let's start with that. You put your mittens in, you put your mittens out, you put your mittens in, and you shake them all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. What else? What do we need to put on our heads to keep them warm? A wool hat? Yeah, all right. So put your wool hat in, you put your wool hat out, you put your wool hat in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. What about boots? We need to put boots on our feet, otherwise our toes will get so cold and our socks will get wet too. So we'll put, can you put your right one in first? You put your right boot in, you put your right boot out, you put your right boot in and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left boot in, you put your left boot out, you put your left boot in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. So we got our heads warm, our feet are warm, our hands are warm. What's gonna cover our whole body? Should we put on a snowsuit? Oh, we're gonna have to jump our whole snowsuit in there. You put your snowsuit in, you put your snowsuit out, you put your snowsuit in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter hokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Yay! Let's have some sledding fun inside. I've got a scarf. Do you have something you could wave around? Go grab it real quick. Put the video on pause. I'll wait for you. Okay, you ready? Let's start. We're going to start with a bumpy motion, making your hand go up and down. Bumping up and down in a little blue sled. Bumping up and down in a little blue sled. Bumping up and down in a little blue sled. Won't you be my darling? Very good. All right, now the snow's coming down, and we're going to throw our scarves and let them come fall down, and we'll catch them, right? Snow's coming down on a little blue sled. Snow's coming down on a little blue sled. Snow's coming down on a little blue sled. Won't you be my darling? Now let's go side to side with our scarves and we'll wave to our friends. Waving to our friends on a little blue sled. Waving to our friends on a little blue sled. Waving to our friends on a little blue sled. Won't you be my darling? Oh, look, the snow is coming down. There's snow on the rooftops, snow on the trees, snow on the green grass, and snow on me. Snow on my fingers, snow on my nose, snow on my head, and snow on my toes. Whirling, twirling all around, down and down, down to the ground. Ooh. Let's do that again. Snow on the rooftops, snow on the trees, snow on the green grass, and snow on me. Snow on my fingers, snow on my nose, snow on my head, and snow on my toes. Whirling, twirling all around, down and down and down and down. So if you ever want to learn anything, remember you can contact the library and we'll help you find books. Time for Spanish.
The Spanish word of the week is nieve. Nieve means snow.
Can you say it again?
Nieve.
Can you say it slower?
Nieve.
Can you say it with me?
Nieve. Nieve also means ice cream.
We were reading some funny books about snow, but I also found some books in the nonfiction section that tells us all about snowflakes and how they're made. So how it starts, here's a picture. It starts off as just a little snow crystal and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And all the snow crystals together make a snowflake, and it all happens as it's falling down. And each snowflake is unique. Some of them can be stars, and some of them can be plates. Did you know that? Some of them look like that. They're kind of geometric and they have very straight edges. And then some of them can also be columns. So that means it has kind of like a tube shape to it. Very different. And they're all got a magic number. 6 is their magic number. And that's how many little branches they get. And there they are. They're often not perfect. They often have a little short arm. They're not completely symmetrical. So just by looking at these nonfiction books, we can learn a lot. This page tells us how they have bumps on them. They're not always smooth. They can be bumpy too. All right, and sometimes they stick together. And that's a beautiful page of a lot of snowflakes stuck together. I also found this other book called Upon the Arctic Snow by Matthew Sturm. Now this one is set in Alaska. And again, it explains a lot about snow, but the covering of snow, the blanket of snow. It is a little bit more technical, but also very well written, so that it's easy for children to understand. Let's be snowflakes. We're going to do a snowflake stretch. So let's start off by getting our fingers all twinkly, and our arms are going to go up overhead. Snowflake, snowflake in the sky, love to watch you floating by. Down you fall, down to the ground. Down you fall without a sound. Snowflake, snowflake in the sky, love to watch you floating by. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for going to Storytime. See you next week.